I thrive on obstacles. If I'm told that it can't be told, then I push harder. Issa Rae. My first web series, Dorm Diaries, was a realistic mockumentary about what it was like to be black at Stanford University. I'm black, and I went to Stanford. Boom. Easy. It's a bit cliché, but you can't go wrong by writing what you know. Even if you're a horrible writer, your own knowledge and experiences unrivaled. Nobody knows what you know like you know what you know. The way you see things is pretty unique. Every black film feels like it's Tyler Perry, and that just needs to stop. But people seem to slowly be looking for what else is out there. Is there something else besides this type of humor? I'm tired of seeing men in dresses. Part of the allure of watching characters on screen is to be able to put yourself in his or her shoes, or to be able to relate to what he or she is going through, or what he or she is thinking. I'll stick to finding the funny in the ordinary, because my life is pretty ordinary, and so are the lives of my friends, and my friends are hilarious. I wouldn't be anywhere without the internet. I'm transitioning to television and film, but ultimately, I want to have a stronger presence on the web and be able to curate the content that I want to see, to bring attention to other filmmakers and writers. People are willing to support and watch web series as a legitimate form of entertainment. I personally don't feel any pressure to make jokes about multiple baby fathers and stereotypical black jokes, because 1, that's just not my life, and 2, I wouldn't even sound right talking about those things. I don't like to be overexposed. Too many articles, too many tweets, too many posts. I just don't like that. But at the same time, we live in a culture where that's almost necessary. People want content, and they want their stuff when they want it. The very definition of blackness is as broad as that of whiteness, yet we're seemingly always trying to find a specific, limited definition. The black characters on TV are the sidekicks, or they're insignificant. You could put all the black sidekicks on one show, and it would be the most boring, one-dimensional show ever. Even look at the black women on Community and Parks and Recreation. They are the archetype of the large black women on television. Snide and sassy. People are tired of mainstream media's limited and confined portrayal of people of color. Black and awkward is the worst, because black people are stereotyped as being anything but awkward in mainstream media. Black people are always portrayed to be cool or overly dramatic, anything but awkward. Issa Rae. There's so many. No, black people aren't like that. Barriers in mainstream media. Issa Rae. Awkward black girl is spreading to all the right people because of word of mouth and social networks. I'm so grateful. It's one thing when other African Americans try to threaten my race card, but when people outside of my ethnicity have the audacity to question how down I am because of the bleak, stereotypical picture pop culture has painted for me as a black woman, unacceptable. I really want to be the black Tina Fey, where I just am able to produce my own content and produce other content for other minority filmmakers and put their voices on screen and basically be able to have free range to produce. Respectfully, Awkward Black Girl was never meant to be politically correct. We poke fun at ignorance. Growing up as a young black girl in Potomac, Maryland was easy. I had a rainbow coalition of friends of all ethnicities, and we would carelessly skip around our elementary school like the powerless version of Captain Planet's Planeteers. Mainstream media has convinced people that black people aren't relatable. So when a Jewish person comes up to me and is all, "Oh man, I love that one scene from episode 3. I watch it over and over again. I'm so happy. Because that's what I want." The internet has provided small communities for racism online, and people feel free to do it. Ultimately, there should be some consequence. If you promote your racism online, then there should be a consequence. I used to love being the class clown. I love to make jokes and make people laugh. There was a set of students who would find it funny, but the cool students were like, "Ooh, I never really had to put much thought into my race." And neither did anybody else. I knew I was black. I knew there was a history that accompanied my skin color, and my parents taught me to be proud of it. End of story. Every time I'm recognized in public, I'm super grateful and appreciative. But I also get hot and nervous. I don't think the mainstream media understands people of color are multidimensional. For some reason, there's an idea that only white people are relatable. I don't think it's necessarily racist, but it's odd, because the people who watch the most television are black women. So we should be represented in more ways. You know, even with the Awkward Black Girl episodes, they come out once a month. That's great for me. It's comfortable. It gives each time to digest, time for new people to get onto it and caught up. But oftentimes, I have people who are almost demanding a higher output from me. Who I was not acceptable to black LA youth the way I spoke, and my sense of humor. Everybody else had relaxers and pressed hair. I wore Madge hair in an afro puff nappy. The way I dressed, it was all about name brands at the time in LA. I had no idea all those things I failed miserably at. Issa Rae.